Hey, what's up, everybody? Tony from Destination Pro Wrestling. And I know you guys watched Raw this past week. Everybody's been talking about it on social media, the whole Roman Reigns situation. And obviously, I feel like it's kind of a touchy subject, so I almost wanted to not make a video on this. But something happened at the end of the Raw episode that was incredibly interesting, and that was obviously the Dean Ambrose heel turn. So, you guys know Dean Ambrose turn on Seth Rollins. It's this huge thing. People are making a big ordeal. And there's a lot of things I have to say on this topic, so we will talk about it. But if you guys are new here, click that subscribe button. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Show some love because we got daily content, pro wrestling. This is your destination. Let's get started with today's video.
You have reached your destination.
Guys, this heel turn has been huge, and there's a reason for it. Now, obviously, for a really long time, WWE was teasing this heel turn, and then Dean Ambrose got injured, and he was nowhere to be seen. Then he came back, and everything was good until the last few weeks. Obviously, Dean Ambrose was teasing some sort of turn, and then every time we thought it was going to happen, he did not do it. Then, of course, this past Monday, Roman Reigns opens up the show delivering a very, very personal message about his battle with leukemia, and he's going to be taking on the fight with cancer. And as you can imagine, everybody was in shock. Definitely a very, very real-life moment that doesn't really happen often in pro wrestling, but a real-life moment triggers the emotion in the arena. A lot of people that hated Roman Reigns still want to see him obviously beat cancer, and that's why this heel turn was so shocking. And of course, if you look on social media, a lot of people are talking about this heel turn, and the biggest thing that they're mentioning when it comes to Dean Ambrose turning on Seth Rollins after they win the tag team titles is that this was not the proper episode to do it. You know, Roman Reigns is legitimately fighting cancer. It's like a very real thing. It's not some scripted stuff. It's not some nonsense. People were just saying this isn't the right time or place. Now, this is the ugly truth. Dean Ambrose heel turn made the most sense this past Monday. Whether or not you guys agree or disagree, that's up to you guys. That's why there's a comment section. I don't filter you guys. Say what you got to say. But hear me out. This heel turn is such a big deal because eventually it was going to happen. In fact, it was supposed to happen last year before Dean Ambrose got injured. That was always the plan. The plan was always to have Dean Ambrose turn, which would make Dean Ambrose the biggest heel in WWE, and obviously Seth Rollins becoming the babyface, and obviously Roman Reigns would go on to defend the title. There was rumors of a triple threat match for WrestleMania being the main event. There was a lot. And although I understand how personal and deep this is with obviously Roman Reigns' announcement, me being one of the bigger Roman Reigns fans publicly on Twitter, publicly on YouTube, you know, as much as I can understand the argument that this is way too serious, this is like a real life thing, this is a real life battle, you know, there's a lot at stake here. As much as I understand that argument, pro wrestling is a way for people to escape reality and certain aspects of life. You kind of tune out, you know, for 3 hours, or if you watch Raw and SmackDown, that's 5 hours total. For 5 hours you dedicate to watch pro wrestling. You're invested into a storyline. Now, I'm not going to speak on whether or not Roman Reigns approves of this heel turn. Obviously, everybody knows the relationship was kind of close. Nobody knows how he feels about it, and I guess that's really up to him. But what it really comes down to is timing is everything. In the world of pro wrestling, we've seen them do some crazy stuff, obviously, with like the whole Vince McMahon, you know, getting killed off the show years and years ago, and then, you know, the whole Chris Benoit thing happened. People look at this as a form of entertainment. It's a form of taking away the stress that you may endure in real life. So, with that being said, it is a storyline, and you have to keep watching. You have to keep tuning in. Now, I think what really should be criticized if Dean Ambrose uses Roman Reigns, you know, if he uses the cancer scenario, if he's using that as a way to get over as a heel, I think that's something where I'd have to draw the line. But I think timing at this point really, really shows that Dean Ambrose is going to be the biggest heel in the business. And on top of that, I think this is going to be such a feel-good moment for Seth Rollins when he does eventually defeat Dean Ambrose and ends the feud. You guys got to think. Roman Reigns is the top guy. He's the big dog. Eventually, he'll be back. In the meantime, you have to keep selling tickets. You got to keep doing business. You know, it's unfortunate, but with something this big, it's the truth. And yeah, the truth is ugly. Yeah, the timing is very interesting, and, you know, it's a very serious issue. But at the end of the day, Dean Ambrose turning heel is not only going to benefit WWE, but I think if WWE is smart here, they can really start bringing awareness to leukemia and Roman Reigns' fight. And I think that's the main reason why Roman Reigns came out and talked about his 11-year-long battle with cancer. So there is some ugliness to this, but at the end of the day, the timing is perfect. And Dean Ambrose will succeed as a heel. I think Seth Rollins will obviously succeed as a babyface. And I think what's really interesting here is if we just give it a little bit of time, as long as Dean Ambrose doesn't cross that line, I think this heel turn will be the best thing WWE can do. World title picture, nobody knows what's going on. So I think this is WWE's way of telling a story, and I think they're going to do a good job. You have the two right guys for this. A lot of suspense, a lot of serious suspense in this situation. So I'm excited to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to know what you guys think. So although timing is very interesting, WWE's plan was to always turn Dean heel. And I think this is, I think this is the right time. And I'm excited to see what happens. And obviously we all hope that Roman Reigns gets better and, he could come back. And honestly, if you're Roman Reigns and you come back, there might be some really cool storylines to get back into when this is all over with. But obviously he has to deal with something a little bit more important. And hopefully for those who are battling cancer or battling a disease or sickness and they tune into pro wrestling, hopefully they can find a little bit of satisfaction when they watch what WWE is about to do. And hopefully there's no hits below the belt that may offend people. So let me know what you guys think. This is the ugly truth of Dean Ambrose's heel turn. Timing is everything. But the heat that Dean Ambrose received, it's been a real long time since we've seen something like that. So I don't know if WWE had a better way to paint it. And I think it kind of just fell in their lap. And for unfortunate circumstances, that's just kind of how it is. So let me know what you guys think. My name is Tony from Destination Pro Wrestling. I'll see you guys on the next video.
You have reached